Well, a very good afternoon and thank you for tuning in to News at 1 here at SHANI TV. My name is Neema Titus, and moving on to our news, Azimio la Wanawake movement was launched yesterday by Raila Odinga. The movement has been formed to rally more support for Azimio la Umoja presidential candidate Raila Odinga. Speaking during the launch at Kimana, Kajiado County, residents to maintain peace during and after the general election.
Wakati huu ambayo tunaelekea kwa uchaguzi, kuna mambo mengi ambayo yanatokea. Fulani ni nani, nani ni nani, nani ni nani. Lakini jambo kubwa sana ambayo tungependa kuambia, lazima tufanye kampeni yetu kwa amani. We must do it in a peaceful manner. Amani ni kitu muhimu.
Well, a section of women leaders from Central Kenya endorsed Martha Karua to be the deputy president in the forthcoming general election. Speaking during the Maendeleo ya Wanawake organization's 70th anniversary celebration for Central Region at Mount Kenya University in Thika, the Iron Lady said that women have shown capability to lead and it's their time to get deputy president position. The NAC Kenya on Kenyans to reject corrupt leaders and instead elect people who have had a record of accomplishments.
Usa sera zako, usituuzie matusi na tuonyeshane heshima. Kama unataka ugavana, usitusi gavana sababu unahitaji hiyo kiti na hutataka kutusiwa wakati utaikalia. Kama unataka urais, heshimu hiyo kiti sababu ukikalia utahitaji heshima. Tena tuelewe, hakuna mtu atahama Kenya na kiti itakaliwa na mtu. Kumbuka, heshima sio utumwa.
Nataka kuuliza akina mama wa Kenya na wale viongozi watafuta kura, tunataka kusema hata sisi watu wa Kenya tumekuwa wasimba, tupatiwe kiti ya pili tuongoze nchi tukitaka kuchukua.
Sisi tunataka kiongozi ambaye atatii na atahifadhi nyadhifa za kina mama kwa serikali yake.
This country must hold together, and this is the Maendeleo Call. We did it in 1960 when we visited the founding father in Kapenguria. We are saying it 70 years later. This country, our children, our grandchildren cannot go running in the streets because of politics. We shall hold this country together, and our children have been made voters. Kazi yao ni kuamuka kwenda kungoja story kwa barabara. Face for any mother. We don't like it as Maendeleo. We condemn it because time for politics has not come. But we have seen what our children have gone through. Atukuzaa watoto wawe voters. Hiyo kama mama tutakataa. Na tutakataa kabisa.
From where we sit, ours is to guarantee that the Ministry of Interior will continue providing the relevant support to ensure that both the electioneering period, campaign period, before, during voting, and even after that we continue to give security both to the candidates and also to the citizens as they engage in this hot season.
Well, moving on to the education sector, Professor George Magoha today led a team of education officials in distribution of examinations papers in Vihiga County, where he reiterated that mobile phones will not be allowed in examination centers, where he urged of their children during this long holiday period.
We are moving towards the middle of the second week of this examination, and I think everything is now under good control as far as the examination processes are going on. Yesterday was largely uneventful, except for one case which was in Wajir East, which meant that we did not allow. I think one of the kids must have hidden the cell phone. As we respect religion, can we also make sure that we frisk properly? we respect religion, whichever religion you have, there is freedom of worship. But don't use religion to hide yourself into the examination hall. God was on our side yesterday because the said person even picked the index number of the child. So Mungu ni mwema. But otherwise, I think everything is moving on very smoothly. Everybody is alert. As I said yesterday, for the avoidance of doubt, we shall not allow cell phones into examination centers, except for the two emergency ones. One will be provided by the Ministry of Interior to the policeman, and one from our side to the center manager. And work will continue that way very well as we move on. In terms of the marking of primary school exams, I think we are about to complete. Like we gave you, we have targets, and the targets are met. So I will now soon start looking for H1. Whenever he is ready, because we have to discuss the results with him, then we shall release the results to our children. Mine is to start asking the parents to stop drinking. I can see a lot of drinking and merrymaking everywhere. Can children be in front? Because soon we will start saying, oh, there is no money to pay. And I think it's good enough to plan. Also to ask them to look after their children now that they have them at home. Because we are starting to see children doing all manner of things.
Well, moving on to environmental matters, Kenya joined the world yesterday in celebrating the International Forest Day as the Ministry of Environment signed an MOU with the Green Blue Africa Foundation to restore and conserve land in Ngong Hills. This year's theme being the forest and sustainable production and consumption. 1,000 trees were planted by private and public sectors representatives and the Kenya service officers in commemoration of the day. The Chief Conservator of Forest, Julius Kamau, said the restoration of the 10 acres has commenced and called for consulted efforts in protecting nature for the generations.
The work, this has all been a partnership between 166 participatory forest management plans, and also we have been able to sign 115 forest management agreement between the Kenya Forest Service and the community.
We must be able to give this community a reason why they will see a tree as a valuable property. You promote their livelihood.
We should be able to ask ourselves what we have done from the lowest to the highest levels of governance, as the ordinary people, as the leaders, as even the students, we have done to increase the forest.
Moving on to international news, a China Eastern Airlines passenger plane carrying 123 passengers and 9 crew members crashed in southern China shortly after losing contact with air traffic control and dropping thousands of meters in under 3 minutes. China Eastern posted condolence messages to all family members with all 132 passengers feared dead. Rescue efforts could be hampered by limited accessibility to the site with heavy machinery, unable to access the crash site through the narrow roads in the mountain. Hours after the crash, China Eastern Airlines grounded all its Boeing 737-800s.
The China Eastern Airlines aircraft with 123 passengers and 9 flight crew members crashed in southern China on Monday. The plane crashed in Tang County, led to fire on a mountain, and the number of casualties unknown. Fears for the fate of the jet spread on Monday afternoon as local media reported that China Eastern flight MU5735 had not arrived in Guangzhou as planned after taking off from Kunming shortly after 1 p.m. In an online announcement, the Civil Aviation Administration of China CAAC said the Boeing 737 flight from Kunming City to the south of Guangzhou lost airborne contact over Wuzhou City in Guangxi region. The exact location of the accident was at Langnan Township in Teng County. Flight tracker Flight Radar 24 showed no more data for flight MU 5735 after 2:25 p.m. local time when it had reached Ozo. It showed that the plane had sharply dropped from an altitude of 29,225 feet in the span of 3 minutes before flight information stopped. Nema Titus reporting for Newsblog.
Well, moving on to our sports news, competitions in various colleges in the Western region and Lake Victoria areas have been completed at Kisii University, with Keroka School emerging the winner as Mawego and Sianya colleges finished second and third respectively. The winners now will represent the Western region in the upcoming national competition.
So far, I believe that the team we have selected is a good team that is going to present us well at the national level. So I believe my team will emerge the best at the national.
They were highly competitive. There were others that play in the regional games that appeared, our students. Their talent was not well nurtured. However, based on the facility requirement for the games and the few number of entrants and the resources that are limited, we have very few people getting into the games.
In a match between Nottingham and Liverpool that was played in City Park Stadium, Diogo Jota struck late goal, breaking Nottingham Forest's stubborn resistance as Liverpool set up an FA Cup semi-final against Manchester City with a 1-0 win.
Was 19th goal of the season to send Liverpool into a FA Cup semi-final with 1-0 win over Nottingham Forest at City Ground. The Reds will face Manchester City at Wembley Stadium on weekend of April 16. The championship promotion chasers had enjoyed arguably the better of the game until Jota's 78-minute winner, the moment earlier had passed up golden chances to take the lead themselves, as Philip Zinkernagel missed the target from 8. Forest largely kept Premier League title hopefuls. Liverpool at arms lent over 90 minutes in front of a sellout crowd, with Roberto Firmino dinked effort, well saved by Ethan Horvath, the only real chance of note before the eventual winner. Abdullahi Ali, SHANI TV.
Well, that story brings us to the end of our broadcast today. Make sure to tune in to 7 p.m. Mchakato and 9 p.m. News Plug here at SHANI TV. My name is Nema Titus. Have a lovely day.